Hey guys, so in today's video, if you couldn't tell by the title, I wanted to talk about something that I think is important for everybody to know if they are on a weight loss journey or recovering from a weight loss surgery. Or even if you haven't gone through weight loss surgery yet and you are considering it, I just want to share this tip with everyone because I think it's very important. So I am also going to do a little bit of a confession during this video. So just in case you were wondering, my tip is to make sure to hold yourself accountable for the decisions that you make when it comes to activity, food choices, what you're eating, how much you're eating, and everything like that. I think this is important for anybody, but especially for people who are trying to heal their relationship with food and trying to make it into a healthier relationship. So I personally have struggled with my relationship with food throughout the majority of my life. Not even gonna lie, obviously there's a reason that I needed to have weight loss surgery in the first place, and a lot of that was because I was using food as an emotional comfort, as a way to kind of guard myself from different things that I've gone through, as a way to sort of protect myself, I might even say, from certain situations. It was just a comfort to me. It was also something that I did when I was emotional, when I was bored. Instead of going and doing some sort of physical activity, I would just grab a snack and choose to do that instead of actually engaging in some sort of physical activity. But I think one of the things that is most important, especially as you're going through this process of, like I said, trying to heal your relationship with food, trying to improve it and improve on yourself, especially post-surgery, is making sure that even if you do make a bad choice, because let's face it, everybody is going to make a bad choice. You're not going to be perfect 100% of the time. Nobody ever will be perfect 100% of the time. And so I think it is safe to say that you need to get used to that fact now before you actually go through it and start to try to punish yourself for making a poor decision or doing something. I'm going to tell you my confession. So there have been 2 times now where drug reps have brought food into the hospital where I work at. I currently work, for those of you who don't know, as a medical assistant in an urgent care clinic that is located within a critical access hospital. We get a lot of drug reps that bring us different types of food. And there have been a couple of times where I have given in to those. I've not actually eaten things that I technically wasn't allowed to eat. Like the one time the drug rep brought like this pizza, and I did not eat the pizza, but I took the pepperonis off. I took like 6 pepperonis off of a slice of pizza and I ate those pepperonis. Now, should I have done that? No. Should I have just gone with the snack and the lunch and the protein shake that I brought to work with me that day? Yes, I absolutely should have. But it is very hard when you have temptation in front of you to completely avoid that temptation day in and day out. And so while I made the choice to eat those pepperonis off of the pizza slice that day, thankfully I did not eat the pizza itself. So I didn't completely give in to that craving, because I have been craving pizza for a very long time, but I did not completely give in to that craving. So kudos to me for that. I will pat myself on the shoulder for that. But there was another day when a different drug rep brought in some salads and different things like that. And that was before I could have salad and anything like that. Like currently on my current diet phase that I'm on, I am allowed to have salads and vegetables and things like that. But at that time, I was not able to. I did not have lettuce or anything like that, but they had some feta cheese, and I love feta cheese. They had some feta cheese that people could put on their salads, and I went and took like a little spoon and got a whole little tiny Dixie cup full of this cheese, and I sat there and I ate the cheese. Was that the healthiest decision to make? No. But I am confessing this to you guys because I want to make sure that I hold myself accountable. There are also multiple days where I should have exercised and didn't really, because let's just be honest, I didn't feel like it. After I got home from work, I chose to sit there and watch Netflix or YouTube videos or whatever because I was tired. And I think that that is where people don't understand that you have to realize that there's going to be days where you don't stick to what you should be doing. And I think what is most important is to hold yourself accountable. Try to make better choices in the future and just try not to do that again. It's very, very hard. The temptation is always going to be there. There's always going to be people there that are offering you something that you're technically not allowed to have. There are going to be people who are eating in front of you foods that you're not supposed to be eating or that you shouldn't eat much of. Because I hate saying that you can't have a certain food, because I feel like it's very hard, but especially if you're in the early stages post-surgery, there are certain foods that you should not be eating. Like right now, I'm not allowed to have pasta, bread, or rice, but most other foods I can have. I'm just supposed to be limiting carbs and different things like that to be most successful. And so I know that this is a learning journey for myself, as well as most other people who have recently gone through any sort of weight loss surgery, because you have to relearn what you should have learned in the first place. You have to relearn how to have a healthy relationship with food and how to have a healthy interaction with the foods that you like. Find healthier alternatives for the foods that are not necessarily healthy or things that you shouldn't have. But I am doing my best. And so I will say that the amount of times that I have given into a food craving, like those pepperonis, were they good? Yes. But should I have eaten them? No. Like I said, at least it was just the pepperonis and I didn't take a bite of that slice of pizza when that's what I really wanted to do. But instead I just took the pepperonis off, which pepperoni is a meat that I'm allowed to have. But you know, it was not the best choice for me, and it definitely made me want to go back and eat pizza, especially like just the warmth of the pepperoni slices and everything like that. It is a slider food, and that is what I'm trying to stay away from, are all of the slider foods. Like, I have worked so hard to get to the point where I'm at right now. I don't want a slider food to ruin all of the progress that I have made and to get me started on that long decline or short decline, depending on how you look at it, back into my old habits, because that is definitely not a place where I want to go back to ever. I never want to go back to the weight that I was at before. I want to continue on my downward slope of weight, and I want to get to a healthy weight for my height. And I know that I still have a lot of progress to make in that aspect, and I'm just going to continue to work on it and do the best that I can. But I think one of the most important things, if you take nothing else from this video, is to have some sort of accountability partner, even if it's you talking to a camera. Like me, I tend to tell you guys things because I know that there are people who will keep me accountable on this channel. People who have been following me for a very long time, or people who know me in my personal life, will see this video and keep me accountable when I choose to make these choices that are not the best or not the healthiest choices that I could have been making. So I just felt like I wanted to tell you guys and needed to tell you guys that I chose to make these not so great choices. But I'm also not punishing myself for making those choices. And I think that that's part of the thing that you also have to take into consideration, is the fact that you have to realize that you are going through a growing process. You are going through a learning process. It is a very difficult process, this whole post-op and even pre-op. Weight loss surgery is a process in and of itself, and it's something where you're continually learning. And so I think it's important that you recognize that you made the wrong decision, hopefully not do it again, and just continue to make progress from wherever you are starting at. I think you need to look at it as every day as a new opportunity to be successful and a new opportunity to make healthier decisions and choose the healthier foods. And so hopefully you can get back on track and continue to lose the weight that you want to lose. So anyways, I just thought that I would share that. Please let me know if you guys have ever struggled with slider foods. For those of you who don't know what a slider food is, it is those foods that trigger either binge eating or foods that can trigger you to start regaining weight, because those are the foods that you had trouble with prior to surgery or things like that. Some people may have other definitions for slider foods, but that is exactly what I think of when I think of a slider food, is like the foods that I know that I struggled with prior to trying to start losing weight. And so these are foods that I try to stay away from because I don't want to backslide and go back to where I was at before the consultation with the surgeon, before trying to lose weight, and before I got to where I'm at now. So anyways, I'm exactly 10 weeks post-op gastric sleeve surgery today, and I couldn't be prouder of the progress that I've made, even with the few times that I've given into my cravings. So anyways, just know that you will make mistakes, you will make poor choices, but you just have to be lenient with yourself, give yourself grace. Just don't allow yourself to stay in that place where you're continuing to make those bad choices. Start over. As soon as you realize that you've made a mistake, start over and make your next choice be a healthy one. So anyways, I hope this was helpful. If you guys have any questions or have any topics you would like to hear me discuss on my channel in the future, please be sure to let me know. I'd be glad to get something filmed for you, and I will see you guys in my next video.